What's good, y'all? I'm welcome to my review to Square Enix's E3 press conference. I can say there's not a shout out, but Square Enix won this year. Japan still remains king. Now, Microsoft had a pretty good show, but like I said, 60 games, most of it was trailers, not much gameplay, and there were a lot of duds there. Like, who the hell asked for a playing simulator? Ubisoft, those guys came out swinging with Watch Dogs Legion, a few other games coming out there. I would definitely say Ubisoft is a close second place, but I honestly think Square came out the victor. I will explain my reasoning, and by the end of this, you can probably say I'm biased and a fanboy, but fuck it, I don't care. This is my fucking opinion. Take it or leave it. Anyway, so let's just jump right in. So they started off big. They started off with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my fucking god, was this fucking amazing. I absolutely love this. So, they showed, and I love when Tetsuya Nomura came out there. He came out to One Winged Angel. I fucking love that, man. That was like, of course he gets like the most badass song in the game, you know, that's his entrance. But they showed off a lot of the combat system. And they were, throughout the whole thing, they were teasing Tifa. Like, they had this one dude come out there, and it was like, when are we gonna see Tifa? And he was like, maybe another time, and I'm like, you cowards, stop hiding Tifa! You know, because I want to see this one. I want to see it. Just like all of you guys did. But let me talk about the combat. So, they showed off the combat system like, they showed it off where it's definitely very much like it is in Final Fantasy 15, but improved. Now, I've heard a lot of people complaining about the combat system that was in 15, that was a little bit too button mashy, a little too easy, it didn't really have any strategy, it was really just you mashing the square button. Which, you know, I could say there was some truth to that. I don't think it was that. I personally love the combat system. I thought it was great, but I can understand for long-time Final Fantasy fans why they probably weren't the biggest fans of it. Like, I know Super Eye Patch Wolf did a whole video. He thought this combat system could have used a lot of work. I didn't say it was a little too easy, if I remember correctly, but it's been a while since I seen this video on that. Anyway, but excuse me. What they did with the combat system was improve it. So they added a layer of strategy to it where below your health bar and everything, they have these two bars that fill up as you deal damage. You land hits with like Cloud's Buster Sword. Then you can like slow down time to a crawl to do a different little strategy, like, you know, target specific body parts for like a special move, use items, stuff like that, which I like. I like that added extra layer of strategy. That actually makes the combat a little bit more challenging. It makes combat scenarios more challenging and gives it adds a layer of skill to the game, where you have to, like, you know, use your things precisely. When should I use an item? When should I just go all out with an attack? It adds that layer of strategy rather than you just mashing square to infinity, leaving with triangle, high ability, waiting for your health to regenerate, and then going right back to it, which I didn't mind. But with this extra layer of strategy, I like that. It kind of adds a bit more of that turn-based aspect that Final Fantasy was known with the real-time combat, which, I don't know, I actually really liked it. Overall, I am pleased with the combat, so I like how they did improve it from how it was in Final Fantasy 15. I fucking love the game. My god, it looks fucking amazing. Square Enix, take my fucking money! I love this game. I was impressed through and through. The gameplay looks fucking phenomenal. We also learned a lot of stuff about the game. First off, we got a release date, which was actually announced yesterday, that will be coming out March 3rd, or March 30th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's March 30th. March 30th of next year. So it's coming out 2020. Yeah. So, yeah, March 30th, 2020. So we learned that release date, which we got last time. We got the cover and everything, and of course it's Sephiroth on the cover, because why not? But we learned that the game is indeed still going to be episodic. We still don't know what the fuck that means. I'm surprised Square didn't really touch on that, because this is something we've been asking questions about since it was announced this game was going to be episodic, and yet Square still is kind of tight-lipped on this thing. But what we do know is that this game, the remake that's going to come on 30th, is essentially just the prologue. It's like it's okay. The best way to describe it's gonna be like Metal Gear Solid 5. You know how the game was split in two games to a Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. Ground Zeroes was just a prologue, but the Phantom Pain was really the main game in all its glory. That was everything Kojima was built up to. What he learned from and that was everything. While Ground Zeroes was just a taste, a little demo for you to sink your teeth on what the larger game will end up being like. It looks like that's going to be the same thing, but this isn't going to be like Ground Zeroes where it's like one mission, a few side quests, $40. Please. No. Square Enix is coming out here. Yeah, this will be 2 Blu-ray discs long. Yes, this game will be over the length of 2 Blu-ray discs. You heard me right. 2! And to put that in perspective to you guys, Mass Effect 2 and 3 were both on 2 DVDs when they came out on 360. On PS3, they were 1 Blu-ray. That means that Final Fantasy VII, the remake, this prologue, which is just gonna be Midgard, is 1 Mass Effect 2 and 1 Mass Effect 3 smushed together. That's a lot of content. I'm never gonna beat this game. I'm never gonna because remember the original game when it came out on PS1, that was 3 CDs, and now we got 2 Blu-rays. Fuck me, I'll never beat this game. 2, that has to be over like 1,000 hours worth of content for it to be over 2 Blu-ray discs. 2! Square! Tixie and Nomura, can you calm down a little bit, man? 2 discs, fam? 2 discs? 2 Blu-rays? I don't know. I mean, I'm down for that. That's a lot of content, but I'm down. I'm down for that. Anyway, so yeah, I am hyped as hell. That yes. That man, 2 discs, man. That's crazy. Anyway, so they announced that 2 discs. So I'm guessing then I don't know how many. If I had to guess, maybe it's gonna be 2 parts where this is the prologue and then the second part is the rest of the game, or maybe it's like here's the first half of the part. Here's the prologue. Here's the first half of the game, and then the third one is the third half of the game, or the last half of the game, where everything where shit hits the fan. Like, no, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to give out spoilers for people that have not played the game. I myself have not played the game either, but I do know one major spoiler that happens. It's the one all of you know. Seriously, if you do not know about that spoiler that happens around the end of the game, good for you, good sir, and keep it that way until you play the game. Anyway. One last thing relating to Final Fantasy VII. They also announced there's going to be a deluxe edition and a collector's edition for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I personally will be pre-ordering the deluxe edition because I do not have $300 to burn on the collector's edition. I like it, it looks cool with the bike and everything, but fuck me, I do not have $300 to burn. So I will be getting the deluxe edition. Tell me what you guys are any of you guys gonna get the collector's edition? Tell me down below. So yeah, let's keep up with all the other Final Fantasy stuff, guys. Like, actually, I had a little convo with my man Eli Moore. He actually said that he was like, he was leaning more towards Microsoft winning, which I can see why he thinks that, but honestly, Square Enix killed it with what they showed. But he said it was too Final Fantasy. There was too much Final Fantasy. It was just Final Fantasy and couple, which I can agree with. It was in a lot of ways like Bethesda's kind of, but unlike Bethesda, this was actually entertaining. They actually showed something. It wasn't just talk. They actually showed gameplay. They got into depth. We saw a lot more stuff. It wasn't just, here's Elder Scrolls Online. Here's Skyrim on the Switch. Here's this new game on the Switch coming. Here's our mobile game. Like I mentioned in my review of the Bethesda project, it bored me to tears. This, on the other hand, I was entertained through and through. They also announced, let's keep going with the Final Fantasy stuff. Then we'll get into like some of the other stuff that dropped. They also announced that all the Final Fantasy soundtracks, or at least most of them, I haven't checked myself, will be now available where you can listen to them on Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms, or at least legal ones where you listen to your music. They now have the Final Fantasy soundtrack, so your Apple Music, Google Play Music, Spotify, they all got that, which I am excited about because when I get the chance, I'm going to be making a playlist of my favorite Final Fantasy tracks. I'm talking like to Xanarkin, Terra's theme from Final Fantasy VI, One Winged Angel from 7, can any of you guys tell me which song that was when, here's the next one. Final Fantasy VIII is actually going to get a remaster. It's just going to be like like we had with 7, it's just going to be an upscale, a remaster, having the graphics up to 1080p, and everything, maybe a couple extra bonuses and stuff. Has been announced that will also come out. That's going to be coming out for PS4, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, I believe, and PC. Release date, I think it's coming out this year. I don't know, I have to check. I'm kind of looking through this article I'm going through. Let's see. No, it doesn't say. It's on this article I'm looking at. But if I don't, I'll tell you guys. Let's see, where's the release date? Yeah. Anyway, so they announced new remaster for Final Fantasy VIII. So for all you Final Fantasy guys out there, you guys can get a remastered game. And can someone play someone what song was in that trailer? Because man, that song was fucking fire. I've never played Final Fantasy VIII myself, but hey, will I play this? Probably not. Maybe one day I'll play Final Fantasy VIII, but I'm not really in any rush. But hey, at least it's on PS4 and I can play remastered, so that's cool. Anyway, so they announced that, showed off some new stuff for Final Fantasy 14. I don't play Final Fantasy 14. I'm not into MMOs, so I wasn't really paying attention that much. I do like the logo for it though. It looks really, really cool. What else? They announced some new stuff for that new mobile game they had, Final Fantasy X-Rios or some shit. I don't know what it's called. They announced a new expansion for it, or like another game coming from that universe that is now in development. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see what else. There was that. I love that little trailer they have for the soundtrack. You have this woman, this black woman, just sitting in the coffee shop, going through her phone, playing some Final Fantasy. Then this whole orchestra comes in there, instruments and all, and she's swiping through all the songs. You can see the orchestra switching between the music and they're changing instruments and everything. It was a really entertaining trailer, and I fucking love it. This honestly had far more personality than the Bethesda. I love Square Enix here, man. This was brimming with personality, man. And I loved every second of it. It was fucking fantastic, man. It was fucking fantastic. So that trailer was just entertaining. Then when she gets the music and then she just puts her headphones on and just leaves the orchestra just sitting there like, what the fuck do we do now? I absolutely loved it, man. It was so great. So yeah, Final Fantasy 14, the mobile games. I believe that's about everything that got announced for Final Fantasy. I might be missing something, but that's about everything that got announced. So, yeah. They also let's get to the other stuff that showed up before I begin, and we'll end off with my thoughts on the Avengers on the Avengers trailer. Which, woo, man, do I got something to say about that? So, as far as the Avengers trailers, so they showed us a new footage from Dying Light 2. Cool. They showed off a trailer for The Life is Strange 2. I don't know if it was any new it was pretty much just gameplay footage with a bunch of Let's Players to show oh, look how great our game is, look how emotional it is. And I'm sure my man Eli Moore, who is a huge Life is Strange man, that series is his shit. I'm sure he probably was enjoying that too, probably got choked up a little bit when something more emotional shit happened. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised he even got a little bit of a PTSD flashback when shit really started to hit the fan in the game, when some of the shit hit the fan in the trailer. I wouldn't know, I haven't played it. I will one day, man, so don't worry, you don't need to go to the console and be like, Glenn, you need to play the game, you need to play the game, it's so fucking good. So, man, don't worry, I'll play it one day. But, yeah. I do find it interesting how we've gone from time travel in the first game to now telekinesis. And it's it's almost like they're trying to, it's the second game when I was watching the trailer, it looked like they were trying to make an X-Men game, but they couldn't get the rights, so they're like, fuck it, let's just make it Life is Strange 2. This would work perfectly. It's an X-Men game on a single mutant running away from Sentinels, with everything coming out, to just replace those guys with Sentinels, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I found it weird how we've gone from time travel to now telekinesis, but yeah. That's everything. So there was that one. The only Let's Player I even recognized there was Jacksepticeye. That was the only guy I recognized there in the whole trailer. What else? I'm trying to think of what else they announced. Oh, they announced a new game coming from this dev team, the same dev team that gave you Bulletstorm as well as Gears Judgment. They announced a new game called Outriders. Looks cool. They didn't show any gameplay except some shots that you can see in the background on their computer monitors. But it looks cool. I'm interested in it. They also announced this new racing game from one of their indie studios. It looks kind of cool. It's kind of like a bit of a kart racer. They were saying it's it's like a mixture between an arcade shooter and between an arcade racing game and simulation racing game or something. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah. They showed off some new stuff for Kingdom Hearts 3. They announced there's going to be DLC for the game. No surprise there. They didn't even hold back on spoilers, at least I'm assuming because they showed off Roxas. Yeah, apparently he's playable. Would have been nice to give me a spoiler one because I haven't beaten the game yet. Oh, but glad the game came back out in January, man. JRPGs take a while. I haven't had that much time to play it. But I beat it less than a month, man. Well, you have too much time on your hands. Get out of here, you fucking goon. Anyway, so yeah, there was that one. So you know, cool DLC. I was actually expecting them to announce Final Mix. I was legit when I saw the Kingdom Hearts. I thought they were gonna announce Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix already, but nah. They're announcing DLC. Once all the DLCs, and then they'll probably have it all brought to one, and then they'll call it Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix. I'm assuming anyway. So yeah. What else? I'm trying to think if there was anything else they announced that I'm missing. I don't think so. I think that's about everything that got announced at Square, besides the Avengers project. So now let's talk about Marvel's Avengers. So, after 2 years of nothing but dead silence, we finally get the game. And I won't lie, this game honestly feels like the true successor to Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I don't mean that as a diss to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Trust me, I am excited as hell for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It honestly looks amazing. The roster looks great. You got Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, hopefully my man Moon Knight, the Punisher get out. You got Daredevil, you got Iron Fist, Elektra. Where's my man Luke Cage? The roster looks stacked. The story mode design is gonna be great. I am super excited. I plan on buying a Wii U just to play that game. I'm dead serious on that one, man. So anyway, yeah. So they showed off the story of the game. Pretty much is we found out what the story is. There was this thing. The Avengers had their own little special celebration. They show off their little hair care called Avengers Day, A-Day. Shit hits the fan, and the Avengers and everyone ends up blaming the Avengers. They disband, but 5 years later, they come back to take on those massive threats. It's probably Thanos because how popular he is in the movies. So it's probably Thanos. We saw little bits of gameplay in there. As well. Not too much, but we know there's going to be a full gameplay showing on the show floor. I was actually thinking about waiting and not to film this until after that gameplay drops, but I just decided, no, fuck it, let me do it right now. I'll definitely be filming a reaction to you guys if you guys want to check that out when we do see it on like IGN or something. So yeah, I might even do a video on what I thought of it as well. But anyway, so the game looks great. The story looks like it's gonna be great. They said it was gonna be like a cinematic story with combat and everything. It's gonna be great. Really great for comic book fans. I'm impressed. I like how they got the voice cast though. The voice cast, honestly, I found that was kind of weird because Tony Stark is voiced by Nolan North. Yes, Mr. Nathan Drake himself. I won't lie, it's probably going to take me a while to get used to his voice coming out Tony, because when I think Tony Stark, I don't think Nolan North, and all I see is Nathan Drake when I hear his voice, or Deadpool, because he also plays Deadpool too. And here he is as Iron Man, and we had, I believe the Hulk will be voiced by Troy Baker, which, that's cool. I think he was a great fit. I love Troy Baker. He's great as Joel. He was great as the Joker in Arkham Origins. I fucking love Troy Baker. He was great as Nate's brother in Uncharted 4. I fucking love Troy Baker, man. He's my guy. He's my guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing him as Hulk. I forget who the guys are. I forget who's voicing Cap, Thor, and Black Widow. So forgive me. I do not know their names. But the game looks me. Now, what really got me to lose my shit was when they got into all the DLC and all the other talks about the game. So the game is going to have a main story mode, which I'm assuming will be based on the original Avengers. Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America, all those guys. Which, actually, when I first saw the trailer, all the ones of the Avengers kind of looked like how they did in the MCU. Now that I look at it a couple more times, yeah, not really. I mean, I can kind of still see some resemblance to the MCU, but I think that was done on purpose just to connect it because, hey, the films are so popular, it's kind of made the characters kind of look like them a little bit. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, the Final Fantasy VIII remaster's coming out this year, never mind. Okay. So, They announced that the game will be free. Will have free DLC completely. No paid DLC. No loot boxes or pay to win bullshit. Thank Christ. We will have new characters and new regions. Now, what really got me was when they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get some exclusive shit with Sony. You know, like an open beta exclusive to them, some other stuff." Which all this talk about Sony pretty much confirms that they're going to be complete. That this game is going to be Spider-Man will be in the game. At the very least, he will be probably exclusively to the PS4 version of the game, where we will play as Spider-Man from Spider-Man PS4 Ultimate. So I look forward to that because we know that Marvel's trying to start their own connected little MCU with the video games here with Spider-Man PS4 as well as this, which I'm high for. Now, I see my man Elon Moore also told me like he doesn't. He's wondering how could this even work because there's a 5-year time skip. Ironically, just like in Endgame, there was a 5-year time skip in that one too, where the Avengers kind of disbanded. I don't know if this was done on purpose or not. Probably not. With how long this game was in development. So I mean, I feel like it's probably not gonna be like. I feel like it might be like the comics where it's more like instead of direct threads connecting everything, it's probably gonna be more like loose threads that kind of connect to each other. Where I think it's gonna be more like these are going to be more stories that are self-contained to their own little to the game, with maybe minor references here and there to some other events that happen in maybe Spider-Man PS4 or the. I don't think we'll get a complete concrete timeline here. At least I don't think we will, just like the movies do. But who knows? I could be wrong on that. And as the game comes up close to release, we might find out that yes, this game will directly connect to Spider-Man PS4. Like we'll know it takes place like 5 years. After the 5-year time it takes place actually 5 years after Spider-Man PS4 takes place, or maybe this whole game is a prequel before the events of Spider-Man PS4. I don't know. We don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully later on, we'll see how Marvel plans on connecting all these games. But I think it's probably gonna be a lot more like the comics than it's gonna be like the movies. Where the movies, everything it connects, everything is all nicely done in a nice timeline. Well, in the comics, it's all over the place. Godspeed to anyone that can make a complete timeline of the Marvel universe. Godspeed. You got better chance reading. You got better chance reading all of Star Wars Legends than finding a way that can make all the comics connect. Good luck. Anyway. One thing I forgot to mention. I gotta talk about Tifa. When Tifa showed up, man, the crowd went fucking ballistic. When Tifa showed, we saw her and oh my god. Okay, like I mentioned before, I have never, ever played Spider-Man, or not Spider-Man, Final Fantasy VII. I've never played the game. Never before in my life. I've seen clips, no parts of the story, but I've never played the game myself. Oh my god, do I fucking love this woman. She is such a fucking badass. She's all about hand-to-hand combat, surprisingly. But man, can this woman work? She's out here doing shurikens and shit. It looks badass. And that shot where her and Cloud are right next to each other. Oh, badass. Tifa will be on my party and she will never leave. I already love this woman. She's already my favorite character in Final Fantasy VII. Just from seeing her. I've always liked her because of her design, but whoo, man, do I love this woman. Anyway, so that's just me. That's about everything that got announced at E3 at Square Enix's E3 press conference. I loved it. Now, like I said, the reason why I personally think that it ended up winning E3, in my personal opinion, while yes, Microsoft showed 60 games, but for me, it's quality over quantity. That's why Sony destroyed Microsoft last year. They only showed off 4 games, yes, well, Microsoft showed off 50, but they were 4 fucking masterpieces with The Last of Us Part 2, Spider-Man PS4, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima. For the love of God, give me something. I hope Sony has some present where they drop trailers of Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us sometime during E3, because I want more Last of Us and I want more Ghost of Tsushima, baby. I want my Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. But also it's because those games just impress me so much. You can call me biased, you can call me a fanboy if you want. I don't care, but my god, I love me some Marvel. And this game hit everything I need for an Avengers game too. It honestly, like I mentioned before, it feels like the true successor to Marvel Ultimate Alliance. It feels like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Not Disney Marvel Ultimate 3. I am super excited for Marvel Ultimate 3, but man, does this really feel like a successor to like the first game with like its tone, the voice acting. Like they're gonna be acting out characters and regions, which I'm so excited for that because I hope they bring in my girl Captain Marvel. I can already hear the Queens be like, "Oh, she sucks. She's a terrible character." Read the comics. Not 2016 garbage. Read that 2014 stuff when she first became Captain Marvel. That's that good shit. Her, maybe Moon Knight, Daredevil, Luke Cage, my man the Punisher. And from the little gameplay we did see until we get the full gameplay demonstration, this game looks like it's gonna be everything I want in a Marvel game. It's gonna be everything I want in an Avengers game, man. And I know I'm gonna be giddy like a little kid, just like when I was playing Marvel Alliance 2 all over again when I play this game. Call me biased, call me a fanboy if you want, but fuck it. I'm a Marvel fan and I'm damn proud of it, man. I'm sorry, this is just me. This game hit everything you need to hit for me. I'm now sold on Marvel's Avengers, and I can't wait to play it. Oh man, I'm so excited for that game. Oh, it's everything I want in a Marvel game, man. It's perfect. It's perfect. I can't wait to see more, man. I can't wait to see more. The game is gonna be fucking phenomenal, man. I can't wait. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about Marvel's Avengers Project. So overall, I love the press conference. Overall, my final verdict for the press conference would be a 10 out of 10. I fucking loved it. Man, did Square Enix come out swinging with Final Fantasy VII, the Avengers Project. Japan remains the king of E3, like they have since Sony's press conference back in 2016 when they announced the 7 remake. Oh my god, that crowd went ballistic for that, man. That was some crazy stuff, man. I love Sony. Anyway, so yeah, tell me down below what you guys thought of the press conference. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you disappointed? Did you think Bethesda's was better? Weirdos? Did you prefer Microsoft? Did you prefer Ubisoft? Which one have you said is going to, or do you think Nintendo will come out swinging and then they'll sweep everybody as an upset tomorrow? I doubt it, but hey, who knows? Maybe Marvel Alliance 3 might, I don't know. They might show something for Marvel Alliance 3 or something. I don't know. I'm done rambling. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.